This is GN Radio UK.
GN Radio UK.
You are listening to GN Radio on Sky Channel 0185. Your favourite station is also available on Eurobed and Astra TV across Europe. Find us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram at GN Radio UK.
Kwaku obodia to na bedia fortness. Extra time politics not so good so utie. Extra time politics near Koba and na bedia fortness. Abusia for midindi kwaku obodia to berima ajima Koba and na obetimi afreme. Yasa the extra time politics abebio ewo GN radio so ehona ehwe news and seven for aba empo yatwemu ene eye politics amayo sem ewo fi omanga na mu ene abibima nyina mu krodo ya yewo mu so emu nsensem in fact ewiase afa na nyina mu nsem de bebrɛ se won so abra wakɔ adwuma ba na wakɔ suku aba wabɛtira fie no wahome no na yɛde ɔman no mu nsem so yɛden toa wo na won so wahu de ɛkɔ adwode biara ɛwɔ na wotwe biara mu no efi no wotwe ekopim nondu Koba na bedwafo betena se yɛ pensem mu yɛde breaking news ɛna keka ho nyina so ɛbɛbrɛ enti frɛ wadɔfo abusuafo wɔn na wɔtie extra time politics previously na no wɔn san brɛ na yɛaba yɛde ade papa aba extra time politics ɛna asugu so awotie.
Sabreya no bialeche, extra time politics, extra time politics. Sabreya no bialeche. Listen to Kwaku Obidia to Birma Ajima on JN Radio, London, UK, every Monday, 8 to 10 p.m. Tanbuski, let's go. Say it the way it is. You don't mix it.
Sabreya no bialeche, obialeche. Enti unsutie extra time politics GN Radio na utie yewo London UK every Monday 8 o'clock p.m. Listen to Koba Kwaku obedia to berima ajima that's a kasa Sabreya no biareche GN Radio number 1.
This is GN Radio UK.
GN Radio UK.
Some people, their manhood will be totally impotent. They will think that they have manpower sexual. That one we have total.
Extra time politics near Koba and Nabija partners.
Okay, this is my motherland, lady Ghana tiny. Anything I go talk, linga tiny. Bo wapu bonia hey, boni dane fe hey. Many me fende hinkati and many won't pay. Male bahi can you fende bajamin kabo. When you look on ninja la wapwe mi kebo. I promise on my own I'm both tire near me shona. Ling off mina sana, libukuna no shona.
Yamwaena, Jumanchi Afiko May, Kowan Kabila Capito, Zahida Kai. Banda bumbanci Mudena zwalumci Ubangijin Allah wai ma Zuwanci ya fi komai Annan Muhammad wai ma Zuwanci ya fi komai Iyayenmu wai ma Zuwanci ya fi komai Zuwanci ya fi komai
this is not a peace song, it's a love song. Peace and Ghana getting married, keep the love strong. See, a peace we cannot risk. War at home is like cardiac arrest, cause home is where the heart is. Let the trumpets sound victory. The battle that we won is a battle for a peace. We promise on an honor that we'll never fight again, cause Ghana is the happy place of joy we should defend.
Get up, what's up, motherland? I don't feel like Obidi and Afia. I'm in love with you now. Tamajiba Majihada Mabiata was a young will a dodgy love for from Dakachale. How? From the big six, you still to fix things. Mawa Hamakafu was Chicago will reach.
If you don't want make it be, somebody for fight, we don't need one a piece. Yeah, income boom. Hey, is it with if we to protect the nation, for the God and anyone I save it. Oh yeah.
About the peace, hey, about our summer day, about the peace, hey, I want to know. Now, summer day, walk, hey, from a wabo, sister, walk as some chon one six, and many bay use on Kevin Yo, if you are, which as if you won't pay for a month who are when you leave your cocoto, a lady be okay, palace, a lady more care, ballet, a lepizuko care, ballet. I'm out with you in. It's all about a peace. Hey, Baloba.
In a doom, stores ya to doom, police say you foom, area say soon, to pay papa, depending on high, Mwashakume Muma, Memina Danima, Wafa, don't know what it is, room, Musimugania too, Sema Gem, BBC.
Ghana is no more.
Picture free me, Dayum Nametium, no war.
So that the peacemakers, for they shall be called the sons and daughters of God. Hey, we pray for love, we pray for peace, we pray for unity always. To make our nation better. Oh, to make our nation better. Bring peace to our land. Nation better. Peace to our land. Nation better. You know we're gonna do it again, right?
Sabre no obiara twen, enti won sutie. Extra time politics. GN radio na wutie. Yeah, London, UK, every Monday, 8 o'clock p.m. Listen to Koba. Kwaku obedie to Berima Ajima. That's a kasa. Sabre ya no biara twen. GN radio.
Extra time politics near Koba and Nabija partners.
GN Radio UK and this side you made bremo extra time politics. And Monday, the 14th of November, September, 14th of September, and we have booked it September and Ankara, and Remuano no. Many fear about the Hananka Meons and Cabosum no cry assassin in September and Cabressa. As I braid ye on your team. We are now Bobia, short slave. Oh, you will brace me the answer, chef, it has baby whom go wash it. What do I say? Mamma Joe, Mamma crowd, but baby, I will tell me Phoebe, say a good morning, say a good evening, a good night, even good morning. I was out for. Ebi ati mbia fa ne saa medin de kwaku obodi atu agimai me ne wo ha kopem ye 10 o'clock ene yen guest a wo ha no eye e fa ne sen Mr. Alhaji Alhassan Mbalba NDC UK and Ireland Chairman. Your program ni na ye NDC Manifesto. And then patch up. What do you time with you? Not semaye. Nya bread na Monday though. You say what bread? Power ban relax. Say ukra coffee be say the advert no ukra coffee be na say ukra tea be. You might as well sit, relax, and hear whatever we have to tell you. I mean, be kana ukra nim bibi na ye nyam hu ye. Now you have to bring it to our attention. Na afei ye de koya nim. Ene eye esempada. Me pese uta mu na u nyabotre. Now near time, check a second, my Joe Nkrumah and the Sabato and Ernesto. Good evening to you, Kofi Amponsan, bro. Good evening, pa. Maybe I will be, and I will expect you say you will hit me on the line. Remember, I'll put the line on your phone. Now, if I want to swap bar because I won't do this unfortunately, and there might be near Jumani Abrabontino when Timmy Bahaba Media. Ajuma you, maba. And then meet ya. Abujan for. Ya de be kwa kosi. Ya me admo say the advert ne kan no Thursday kan Thursday so they obviously 9 till 11 thereabout. And some what ambanya so also. Na Ghana there. They be am kan me say. Just say penifo bu baby say addiction ya nyasem ya ntase fofra. Ya chiri. Just ye chiri. But ni nyina mu no de ho no ehu hia no e be bro mo ate what is this asema ba ya bo trema ka chiro what in some asi okrom ha ya bo ka chiro what dey cause EU ni UK term e ni nya be bro na me ka was anybody a so sad certain politics is a unique financial protection adum shito delight just been accountancy limited holiday home apartment in Ghana IEatGhana.com, Timber Gardens Restaurant and Bar, Croydon, base, and become a successful entrepreneur. And now a year BWF sisters. And I'm saying, you may be bro. So what can you may be able to say a bon de Roma or Roma and France na aha and obiatie station way. The only one station in diaspora. I will tell you in diaspora obiatie. Obiatie. Yeni etimi hitia na YouTube will come after us. Now Facebook will come after us. But we know we're still cruising. And you already in fear. And I'm not walk up down the bread. I was out for some of also na mi busa nsem baku mienu a che se me pese menu nyina che. Ansana Mr. Alhaji Mbalba baba no. The question I'm asking is denti. E ba ne sen na kroa o man etim. Only 2 political parties now can say, well, I'm a hijack Ghana politics. I'm a monopolize Ghana politics. And I could say, just say, I'm MPP and NDC. I don't get it. Is it the democracy that we want? And I say, a dainty, ne chase, a tiny banner, say, if I could do Pempen Subia, what do I say? A paper say, MPP are winning and this be winning. And yet, why? I don't get it. And this has been a serious issue. And you know, say kasa, Yes, MPP. Yes, yes, NDC. Another parties say. And I mean, quoting. The easy able to just crowd a duchem, a chair croy. Obviously, I say chair polo. Chair say, Bushafway. Easy or 100,000 Ghana's chopperable gangantuan could form Mahama at a mills and not going to go cities. 1 billion Ghana cities. 1 billion. 1 billion. Oh. And the reason for me to raise this issue, no, is that we've got an EC commissioner, according to the budget, every parliament, Ghana government or taxpayers' money. Right? Now say we be standing for presidential candidates here. Now so share 1 billion Ghana cedis. I don't get it. And I need explanations. Because I'm not actually. I tell you now, I'm a phone call. You boom. Sa bureaucrats now mudia mana nimuno commissions na dia mana nimuno ngone bano. They are even worse. Mami J Mensa, who how on saying? Say we MP now you tina MPO primaries kakeno MPC turn your match. Look at the amount of money MPP are buying, NDC are buying, and our candidates to touch chair. Just say, "Bush your way." You want to say? MPs got to pay 100,000 cities, which is 10 million, and 10,000 Ghana cities, which is 10 million cities. Why? It's Saska way saying, Saska way no. A year for Tobemu. Easy for Tomu. And I say, get fun. And I say, what fun is this money going in? I just want to know. Again, last week, Anna Mitiha, Anna Judge B, me money D. I've been talking about politics of insult. How much I've been on Sami Janvi and if anything saying other people's way of dealing with politics with the insult and all that. Yet ha any yan and TSA Kennedy e Japan. I did the judge biatem. I was I had a first hand. But I did not play it because it has they knew what they were going to do. So basically, I shouldn't come on air with it. But rather, mention na omunye de omuye nwie ansa na mediaba. Tape no mebo acha wan so tie because that said, I had a first hand. Very first hand. I just say, any can say a basa. I would say honorable King Japan. So what did the judge at him? He's stupid. I didn't anyone koneba. Oh, honorable, you know you're my fan. You know it. So listen. Me nyama yourself, basa uko jump presence and me be metro man. But I tell you all the truth. I don't like your way of dealing with issues. Insult. Atem didie. We me catch kasapa. Obi kan obi say me okan kra na me. Atem didie. Obi ana no ya. Bema honorable menyensa. Ebo tape no. But what I want to say is it shouldn't get to that point. And the same fans say school ni equal school. Nanado picture edda a year past questions a chi. No questions and bamu. Na se wo didi a year on my parent temwa. One I mean supporting it. I must emphatically say it means supporting it. Whose fault is it? Because they're watching, they're looking, they're learning. That is why people with followers, people in the limelight, people in the showbiz business should always comport themselves. When Stonebwoy treated Tono, he was cautioned. We be more boko jail by Nipan Trefonti. I was for Ghana, you're saying. It got to be said, and we will say it. Right? If a judge, you want Rollins, Brano, some judges be kukum one. The painful one of it was that lady judge. I know during the man because I was alive. I saw it. I heard it. Judge now the man everybody was talking about it. And says so those that are there to enforce the law and interpret the laws to us. Interpret the laws to us. Now say, if anything saying, you're intimi, and defend the woman and protect the woman. Now import as a legislature, a law-making MP. Oh, come on, honorable. You've really let me down, and I'm very much disappointed. You should be told. And I wish one day, you and I will have one-on-one on an interview. It's not fair and it's not right. I say me can. Na ye beka. I say me can. Na ye beka. Me name ya wa one so ba unfortunately and e be hot pa ba be person me ma Alhaji Mbalba oba si kaka no awram. Ba me kai say ya bo a year 8:33. Also good to see extra time politics. Answer Alhaji Baba na me because I want you as you listen to put your question to him about NDC Manifesto, what they meant of whatever they put in place for us to believe in them. What did they do right before? But thinking we should believe them to do it next time. Good evening. What am I say?
Yeah, good evening.
Oh, Joe, good evening. Let's say.
I'm here to morning also.
What do you mean? You know, Listen, me here, Busia. Joe Maccabi, Alhaji Baba. Two be a memoir, Joe.
Yeah, meet you on the meet you for now. Opinion urban, so you bet send says a traffic catching a traffic in releasing a man.
What do I do?
Yeah,
I do studio.
There are lots of questions to ask. Yeah. I think they are all kind of crime one. Send you be on mine, ever fun into my pair if we are entering a ye nana, ye can't be ye king. And to send you last one, I'm saying you about sending indiscipline and the politics of insult and all that. Vis-a-vis Kennedy, Japan, and Samawaki. I think say any peace-loving Ghanaian Biano today, no, and I say what Kennedy Japan did, no, any peace-loving Ghanaian should condemn it. And yet necessarily to condemn to satisfy idea NDC or whatever as it is, but to stop same from happening in the future.
Again.
Because in the case of Muntie 3, and no should have been a case study for all of us.
Unim Sami Janfi so Sami Janfi friends Sami Uku in the past had this no patch, you remember?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sir John. And I think Akoya and Ibonyumi open MPD war friends. Hopes na doye. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't think as a politicians people with first class stuff, kind of politics in the courts. ABB they are able to get away with it easily. And then my problem is say judges any law enforcement agencies they give them some kind of leeway say they should conform to certain cautions, otherwise that I don't get it.
Koba, the whole thing is, and another thing, yeah, you can't want them. The whole thing is people have political interest at heart more than the country now they serve. Because say if a judge and a policeman or whoever you are in public service, so be there, now say the law has to take its full course. Now say you divert the law from applying it where yeah, at the end of the day, no, and yet good now you think say nimpano you and the person belong to the same organization or association who favor no, but who chak kwine be at war ama ochena obi nso baba begebi because and these are the things I say you can and me I am always on the current happenings rather than I mean what has happened and all that because senior ye ma kwan na na do mutina homa enkofo bi ekọ courtroom ekọ ye nyoma bi a yentimi ampa ne se omo ochina oh I have always said say dia ebesi a yentimi anye bibi ma endite enkofo it will rather force other people to also engage in it. I'm always against whenever politicians make a mistake supporters will thrown to the BNI demanding for their release. Me, I've said that if I'm a BNI operative and if I hold national security, every party supporter who comes to the BNI office, you'll be arrested. Because Opia Kwako Disika, Okodi or Mine Sika, who are to win Yebi.
Okay.
Yet I would say, I am a party, you know, the Kwako support, because they see, you know.
So
what business have you got to do that?
So the many pana bonities no abedu na mene no enya 1 or 2 abra wo line so na quickly no me the friend say headlines we betwam quick na fe abomodia my friend say yenura Alhaji Mr. Alhaji Mbalba abedu na fe ene no aka 1 or 2 abusan for your quick update wo ha na your friend say UK ha and the public health for England I reported COVID-19 new cases of 2,621. I was after them. I serious. Na emuno. I Monday yao and ye ni patent. Ni panay. Ni panay a film. E pa macho. Ni panay a film. Na WHO director all Europe. Hans Klug, and so I say, October, November, a serious and the deadliest month. That means that there will be more cases, there will be more death, there will be more coronavirus cases. Me pa chow we a Ghana ni. Me nkase any other national hunshia here, but me here. Come na twini bi ehunhia pa. But me papa chow. E mo de na yemfa ne mantu akwam. We should all avoid parties. We should all avoid government. Abandon the 6-member rule out to Bakwemo. Party beyond any governing beyond should be of 6 people. There will be a fine up to £100. Second time, no, will be up to £3,000 fine. You see, America say, Labour, Labour leader, opposition leader in this country, Keir Starmer, the family are contracted COVID-19. As a result, he is exempting himself. The reason is he might have come in contact with him, so he now can go to parliament. Can we put these practices? Ebi timi this animal go akwa mama yen so ye ho atoyen. E bon paye say ready hu ye mabo yin mo bo. Na ye fen say ye ho toyen. And the cases no edolso. Ba ma me nko me ha me okra me ko Ghana. Cases no so straight na afi kwa ho na ye say ye ni eden etre na ya hwe ahun enipa dodo a aye infected na afi ya ba studios na ne ewura Mbamba akasa at the moment Ghana nyame adom new cases are rising no last week na over 100 and something and 46 cases the nyame ase say about form confirmed cases overall no 45,434 confirmed Active cases 806. We hope you see Jambe Boa. Now, Ubia by the Humberton about recoveries 44,343, and deaths, unfortunately, is 286. I'm coming back to the studio. Maka any part of my Quenyano. Ura Mbalba Abetna say about ene. You have to bear with us and contribute with us because Mr. Baba and I will speak in English. He will be happy to take your queries and comments in Chi if you like, but he will definitely going to answer in English. So we want you to bear with us and cooperate with us because Ghana is a diversified nation and you don't expect everybody to speak your language. I'm sorry, I'm afraid. Everyone wants to say, maybe I should be able to speak your language. Why can't I speak? It's a diamond on me. I have to do that. Good evening, Mr. Mbalba.
Yeah, good evening, my brother.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Thank you for honoring me today.
Yeah, and good evening to your cherished listeners.
Thank you for honoring this call. Obviously,
it is a pleasure.
You have your members, you have your people, you have to speak to. I give you the audience, talk to them, and then we come and hit on the agenda. We ain't got time at all. We got only less than hour and 45 minutes, okay. Hour and 50 minutes. So you have to go quick.
Okay, that's fine.
You have anything to say to NDC in UK and Ireland?
Yes, please.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
I'll give you a chance.
Yeah, I'm Alhaji Alhassan Mbalba. I'm the chairman for UK Ireland chapter of the NDC, the party in waiting to form government come 7th January 2021.
Good.
I was elected 2 years ago. I think 8th of September this year is my second anniversary as the chairman of this chapter.
Okay. Mr. Mbalba, welcome.
Thank you very much.
Without wasting time, I would just like to ask you, which of the NDC Manifesto do you think will carry Ghana?
Which
of the NDC manifesto?
Yeah.
Do you think could carry Ghana and make Ghana great and strong?
Strong. Well, have you looked at the manifesto? It's a very holistic document. So if you say which manifesto, are you talking about a particular aspect?
No. I broadcast live.
Exactly. So what I'm trying to say is
I want you to talk us through it. I want you to convince us.
Exactly.
I want you to talk to the audience. Let them know that John Dramani Mahama's second coming will be different from the one that we had previously.
Exactly. This is why we have named this document the People's Manifesto. And this is the first time in the history of our country whereby a political party have decided to consult and engage with various stakeholders in the compilation of a manifesto.
Okay.
Our country dating back to the days of the colonial rule. Our first constitution, even under colonial rule, was in 1925. That is Gordon Gorges's Constitution. And through that, during the colonial period, we went through a series of constitutional development. And the approach all that years has been top-down approach. The beneficiaries of the Constitution were not consulted. And no wonder all these constitutions failed to stand the test of time. And even of our independence, our first attempt to have our own Ghanaian version, fully a Republican Constitution, was in the 1960 to 66 Nkrumah time. That failed. Buzier time, it failed. And Liman's time, it fails. And thank God to the visionary leadership of our founder, President John Rawlings. I'm just taking it through the process to the benefit of our listeners. When we are going to return Ghana to constitutional rule in the late 80s, 92, thereabout, President Rawlings said, look, we can't continue doing the same thing and then expect different results. So because of that, he's not going to sit at castle or invite lawyers and the educated people to draft constitution for Ghanaians. He was going to involve the ordinary man in the street, the traders, the taxi drivers, the farmers, the fishermen, and that gave birth to the 92 Constitution. And it proved that it is the longest attempt by our country to consolidate constitutional rule in Ghana. Since
Probably wouldn't have...
And we are still counting. So NDC being the originator of that approach, when we are going to draft this constitution, look, let's use the approach that was used to draft the 92 Constitution. And that was the more reason why our General Secretary...
Let me hold you there.
Yeah.
The 92 Constitution,
yes,
you had it in your way because Professor Adubuahin boycotted Parliament because he wouldn't let his parliamentarians stand in for...
No, let me take you back.
Let me finish with that. So we had only NDC drawing this constitution.
No,
is that
that's
what
I'm
telling
telling. Let me take listeners back.
Okay.
The 92 Constitution came into effect on 7th January 1992. But the process that led to the drafting of the 90 Constitution started somewhere in 1990, when the late Justice D.F. Annan was appointed as the chairman.
But then it was
I'm
PNDC,
coming.
wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I'm
Exactly.
explaining the point. Was appointed as the chairman for National Commission for Democracy.
That's correct.
And his approach,
I remember him
under
very
the
well,
advice
DF
of
Annan,
President Rawlings or Chairman Rawlings that time, was to engage the ordinary Ghanaians.
But
So he went around and look.
Can we agree?
Yes.
That PNDC government.
Yes.
In his consultation with the stakeholders.
Yes.
Today, ran off to the constitution.
Okay.
Would consult a lot of his believing idea people rather than the opposition from Aduba inside and other people.
I mean, the Dankobuzia tradition that time were not organized as a political
Exactly.
party.
So,
if
we say that constitution was meant to be done by only NDCs, can you accept that?
Yeah, the Ghanaians, we are individuals, we have our political affiliation and traditions. Whether the political parties were allowed or not, they were identified people like the current President Akufo-Addo, Aduboahene. They were all known members of the Dankobuzia
tradition.
And they were operating underground.
That's
because
correct.
that time it was illegal to come out openly to say you are a political party.
Member,
but notable among them was the Ghana Bar Association. They kicked against it. And the reasons they gave was very interesting. They were too educated or posh to go and sit with farmers and fishermen to draft a constitution. President Akufo-Addo that time was a distinguished lawyer. He was a member of the Ghana Bar Association.
That's correct.
Why didn't they influence to the association to take part? So notable figures, political figures, that time refused to be appointed because it wasn't by election. Identified group were asked to send representatives, and they refused to go. We'll come to the substance of our manifesto.
Let's get to that quickly.
They boycotted
Let's get that quickly because
when the 92 election was going to be conducted, I'm not going to explain why Aduboahene and co boycotted.
That is not necessary.
Okay, let's leave it. Maybe another day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because that was their problem.
Exactly.
So back to the point. They have led us to this mess.
So because of the process and the procedures that was used to draft the 92 Constitution, we as a political party this time round decided to use the same approach to compile our manifesto.
Which approach?
Hence the name Engaging and Consulting the Ordinary Ghanaian.
Thank you.
The Okada guys, the taxi drivers, the private teachers, private schools proprietors, Ghana law students as well. Name them, and all their views and wishes and aspirations have been incorporated, hence the name, the People's Manifesto.
So let me hear from you. The People's Manifesto. What is the people and what is the manifesto?
Well, it's a very broad document.
Give us, at least you can tell us a very core points
in
this
exactly.
manifestos
Yes.
that will take you through this election.
Exactly.
And I want to hear it. My listeners are ready to hear you.
Exactly. I mean,
have the floor.
every manifesto, every government will have a flagship policy.
That's right.
In 2016, Akufo-Addo talked about free HSS, and that was the dominant flagship policy. When he was elected, he pushed it through. Ours, we have talked about the big push.
The big push.
The big push, and we have talked about
the
free primary health care.
Go on.
Free primary health care. And then we have talked about trying to reform, improve the educational system in Ghana. I mean, we can't discuss everything at a go. So to be fair to our listeners,
going to be today.
Yeah.
You and I are going to have a very long month.
Yeah. So what I have decided as a chairman of the main opposition party, we are going to engage with media houses in the UK on team by team basis.
That's right.
So I mean, today I can decide to say, okay, let's talk on education.
I'm here for you.
What are we going to do if we are elected back?
Let's take two.
Yeah, and then we'll take it.
The big push and a free primary care, if possible, education.
Education,
as well.
exactly.
So let's talk about the big push.
Well, the big push, we say we are going to embark on an accelerated development, and you can't undertake development project without the money. So what we are planning to do is to inject 10 billion US dollars over 5 years period. And this will cut across every sector of our economy: education, infrastructure, health, water, everything. Name them. What is the reason behind this? If you inject money in terms of providing infrastructure, we have what we call the multiplier effect. Because all these things that you are going to do will create jobs, sustainable jobs, not the NAPCO kind of jobs that we are going to. Because you can't create
the
NAPCO, I will come to that. No, what I'm trying to say, and then President John Mahama made it clear, most of this big push project will be undertaken by indigenous Ghanaian companies. Indigenous Ghanaian companies, so that the profit that will be generated will be reinvested to create more jobs, create more opportunities for the Ghanaian industry. We are not going to go around begging and borrowing like President Akufo-Addo is doing. Within the space of 3 years, we have borrowed almost 130 billion US dollars. They can't account for it because you can't see the infrastructure. What have they used that money for? But the 10 billion we are promising Ghanaians, we are not just saying it, we have done it before, because if you take the infrastructure development that was executed under President John Mahama, it was unprecedented. You can only compare him to our former first president, Dr. Nkrumah. Apart from Dr. Nkrumah, there's no any administration that can compare itself to the level of infrastructure that was carried out by President John Mahama. But unfortunately, we were confronted with a difficult political situation, and the then opposition party, MPP, I always say this and people say I shouldn't do it. I mean, they lied their way into power with all kind of utopian promises. They will do this, they will do that, and no wonder 3 years along the line, they are still struggling because some of the things were not well thought through. So in our case, if we say the big push itself is a theme we can take a full day to explain, but what I'm trying to say, the whole idea is to inject, and then I can tell you, it's not just about borrowing money. No, we can go into private public partnership. We can just let's take the Kotoka International Airport. The Ghana Airport Company under John Mahama was given the right to use their balance sheet to contract loans from the African Development Bank to carry out the things that we are seeing at Kotoka. So that debt is not public debt. I mean, this is common sense. So this is what we expected.
What are you talking about?
No, the Terminal 3.
That's right.
It's not public debt.
Why?
Because Ghana Airports Company is a limited company. They have that legal entity to go into the financial market, be it domestic or international scene, to contract loans in their own right, with the guarantee of the government, of course. If he failed to pay, then maybe the Ghana government. No, so you are getting, no, the point I'm trying to make is that we can still undertake developmental projects through the big push without necessarily increasing our public debt like we are experiencing now. And the most annoying and interesting thing about it, we are not seeing what.
Can you tell me
yes.
what percentage has Ghana government has in Kotoka National Airport?
Pardon me?
What percentage, like say Ghana Commercial Bank, same as Ghana Kotoka International Airport?
Yes.
What percentage of, say, shares has Ghana government got in Kotoka National Airport?
No, Ghana is a state-owned company.
It's a state-owned company.
Yeah, but the loan that was used to construct Terminal 3, they contracted it from African Development Bank.
So do you know that the Ghana government has guaranteed that loan?
Of course, because it's state.
Okay.
No, you see,
okay.
of course.
I'm coming after.
We have what we call sovereign guarantee.
Let's take it one after the other.
Exactly.
Okay. You mentioned, I'm coming after you because I'll come with a big push on the tender.
Yeah.
And you talk about, there's a pin on there. Yeah, that's okay. Listen, sorry. You talked about, you cited Kotoka International Airport as an example.
Yeah.
That's why I'm coming.
And then the harbor, Tema Harbor. That was another.
Let's
exactly.
Kotoka International Airport. Assuming, let's take it's a limited company which has used Ghana government as
a sovereign guarantee.
Sovereign guarantor. Should the company go bust? The government takes the pieces, isn't it?
Exactly.
When the government takes pieces,
exactly.
How does it fund for it?
Okay, good question.
Fund for it.
Good question. It's difficult for a state-backed companies like Ghana Airport Company to go bust. It can have a temporal financial crisis, which I'll touch on that. It was income generating company. That's what I'm saying. They use the balance sheet of that company to contract the loan. And then the lenders would have looked at their books to make sure that if they grant, then they will be able to pay. Because whether we like it or not, Ghana was becoming a hub for the aviation industries. So any potential investor would like to put his money into the aviation industry in Ghana. So when they looked at their books, they saw that, look, this is a viable venture. If we are able to expand the facilities there, they will be able to pay the loans within at the end of its lifetime. But unfortunately, after constructing it, they never envisaged there would be COVID-19. And all of a sudden, we were visited with COVID-19, which affected the aviation industry across the globe.
Of course.
And that was why the Kufuor's government, and the next government, instead of using the approach to make sure that they restructure their finances to negotiate with African Development Bank, they rather went for the easiest and then maybe whatever reason, the most expensive options of selling some shares to the Turkish company. And this is something that we are going to review. There was no need for that because if you are going into contract, there's always a provision where if unexpected happen and such that you can continue to function, that is what we call in contract law frustration. So COVID clearly frustrated whatever agreement Ghana Airports Company had with the African Development Bank. So it was simple for them to engage for that.
Let's remember, we're not talking about the airport. We want to talk about the big push.
Big push, yeah.
But the reason why the airport came in is why you recited airport as an example.
Exactly.
Let's go to the big push.
Well, the
big push. My question on big push.
Yes.
You said it's not going to be a loan thing. It's not going to be like
it's
going to be the same as
it's going to be combination.
Combination with
of course.
With loans.
Loans, internal generated income, and then private-public partnership.
And that's why you cited
exactly. So
okay,
I mean, it's not going to be. I mean, it can be.
It has been estimated, right?
Yes.
How guaranteed is that? And okay, let's assume it's been given.
Yes.
Before MPP left government, right?
Yeah.
There was no funding. There was no money.
Before MPP.
NDC left government.
There was no money.
There was no money.
Oh, that was what the impression they created in the minds of Ghanaians.
Was it the note you left?
Who told you there was no money? And how did they manage to run the country?
Well,
there was money.
Why?
I mean,
why would they come and say there was no money?
Let's not buy into their propaganda. Because they have failed and they want to create impression that they inherited a weak economy. That is not true.
How guaranteed is that big push? How guaranteed is that big push?
No, it's a simple mathematics. If a government can borrow 130 billion within 3 years, and we are saying we are only going to inject 10 billion
in 5 years.
In 5 years. I mean,
so you're going to borrow up to 5 years.
No. As I said, look, there's a lot of waste in the system. We are going to try and manage the waste so that generate some money internally. Of course, we'll still go to the IMF and the World Bank and other financial institutions where they need be to get loans to undertake some of the projects. There are other donor agencies. They give grants or aid. UK government is always support our budgetary allocation. Okay. It's a grant. Sometimes you don't even need to pay it back. So if we come out with a very comprehensive and elaborative agenda and we can sell it to potential investors and then donor agencies, I don't see why we can't raise $10 billion within 5 years period. And it's not going to be wasted on paying recurrent expenditure. What we are doing under President Akufo-Addo now is to borrow and spend. If we borrow and spend, for pay expenses, pay salaries, you are not adding anything to the economy. So where are you going to get the money to pay? So we are going to prove to them that whatever we are going to use those loans and grants and aids for will generate income, sustainable jobs. And at the end of the day, the economy will expand and we should be able to pay the due loans when they are due. So it's just thinking outside the box approach, which General Mosquito mentioned it at the launch of our manifesto. We are going to change the approach to how we do things. So the big push, Ghanaians in the UK, to be clear, it's not like it's going to be one particular sector. It's going to be across all the sectors of the economy. Because to move Ghana to the promised land, we need holistic approach in confronting our developmental needs. Other countries have done it. We can do the same by injecting income into our country to undertake developmental projects. But if we borrow even trillion and decide to only use it on recurrent expenditure, we are not going to see any.
Let me remind you, I've got my colleague on the line, Joe Nkrumah is there. Joe, are you there?
Yeah, I'm around.
Patiently listen. What do you make of it? And if you haven't got a question to Mr. Mbalba, because I haven't finished with him.
Well, I've got one or two questions for him, and I welcome him onto the show. First of all, my question is regarding this manifesto. I mean, it's been dubbed the People's Manifesto. So I wanted him to explain to us or to tell us the role of the UK Ireland NDC, the role that they played, or what contribution they made into this manifesto's preparation, and what impact it will have on the Ghanaians, I mean, in abroad. Especially those of us in UK. And then probably after that, I'll have a one or two follow-up if you permit me.
Okay, thank you very much, my brother. And honestly, when the manifesto committee was set up, they said they were going to engage. So I quickly set up my own UK and Ireland manifesto committee here, which was made up of, we have a lot of professionals, health, social work, education, finance. We pull ourselves together, and we even decided to name ours policy initiative committee. So we brainstormed and we came out with proposals. And of course, we took into consideration the difficulties Ghanaians in the UK are facing. And we submitted it to the party headquarters, and then it was submitted to the Manifesto committee. Interestingly, I can't say UK and Ireland chapter can claim some of the things, but some of our proposals find its way into the manifesto. But it is possible that other groups too would have also submitted the same thing. So that was the role the NDC and UK and Ireland chapter played in the drafting of this constitution. So when I read it, I felt that, look, this is something, I'm part of it. We set about, I think it was about 20 member committee to look at it across the board. So we have contributed. And then we also made it clear, even before we submitted the manifesto, we made it clear that, look, we are not going to sit down, just submit proposals and go back to bed and start. We'll engage and explain to the Ghanaians, both here and at home, how these policies will be implemented, inshallah, if JM returns to the Jubilee House on 7 January 2021. And we also said, because some of these things came from professionals in the UK, we know how some of these things are being implemented in the UK here. So if we return to government, we are not going to end there. We'll still send out proposals and suggestions on how these policies will be put into action. So that is why it is named People's Manifesto. And not even that, we consulted identifiable Ghanaian groups. Apart from NDC, we spoke to other professionals who are outside NDC, but they are working in this country. And we collected their views and we sent it. Thank you very much.
With all these things that you are saying, what impact will it have on me as a Ghanaian in the UK, in America, in Germany? What has the manifesto got to do with me? Exactly. I mean, what positive things can I kind of imagine in that manifesto that I feel, well, me being a Ghanaian in UK, America, Germany, I also will benefit when NDC is in power with regards to this manifesto?
Of course, we live in a global world, and sometimes I tell my friends and families in Ghana that I live in two economies, because whatever happens in Ghana affects us here. I'm just trying to be general so that I'll narrow it to specifics. So what I'm trying to say, if there's private healthcare working effectively, national health insurance is working, there's no double track, and you have your families or children in Ghana going to school, you don't have to worry yourself too much. We have what we call national health insurance. But still, if you have a family member who is Ghana is not well, still you have to send money. And we are saying we are going to reform it. And that is why the diasporans were saying they should be given the right to vote, because we contribute a lot to the domestic gross product of our country by our remittance alone. And some of the monies we send down, if the economy is working well, you don't need to worry yourself about the health of your family members back at home. That is one aspect. So we are going to look at it. And then, I mean, let's be clear on this. In terms of what will help the Ghanaians living abroad, we are going to make sure that Ghanaians, in terms of sending goods to Ghana, will not be difficult in terms of clearness. I know some friends who are involved in these second-hand cars, and they buy them across the world. Some are in Canada, US, and because of the laws that President Akufo-Addo government introduced, it's affecting their business. So when they saw we are planning to relax it, make it business friendly, some people call me and say, that's fantastic. We just hope that this time around, NDC will listen and implement some of these policies. So there are a lot of things that will benefit Ghanaians living in the UK and then across the world. And overall, if the economy is working well, of course, the effect will affect every Ghanaian living everywhere on this planet.
Well,
and the big push, like I said, is going to be private public partnership. If we are all here, people have ambitions of going back to set up businesses. There will be a business desk at the Ghana High Commission. And because we are looking for money to inject into the economy, you'll get your proposals if you want to return. You don't necessarily need to relocate for good. You can come into partnership with any foreign investor who want to invest, because there's that element that a certain percentage must be reserved for Ghanaians. So if you are going in and you confront a foreign investor, why not? That's the only way we can generate jobs, sustainable jobs, and move our country to the promised land. Thank you.
Joe, go on.
Chairman, I've got, let's say it's about 3 questions. I'll put all of them together due to time.
No
so
problem.
If you can note them down and if you can help us with that. First of all is the issue of amnesty. This is not the first time the NDC has been in power. And this is not the first manifesto that the NDC has drafted.
Okay.
2012, you drafted a manifesto.
Yeah.
I don't think you even achieved 40% of what you drafted. How can we say that this time around you are going to be delivering what you've, written in your manifesto? How can we trust you to deliver that?
Yes.
The other thing is that in this manifesto, we are dealing with this. There are aspects of it where we have issues like Ahmed Swale and the murder of J.B. Dankwa are going to be investigated, and whoever committed such crime will be brought to book.
Exactly.
And also, like I said, you've been in power before. This is not the first time somebody has been killed in this gruesome way. Are you trying to tell us that they are the only important people that the NDC is concerned about, that they are going to kind of investigate their death? Are they the only important people that the NDC deems fit to investigate the cause of their death? And lastly, but not the least, John Mahama said this, and he said, I am still a socialist. I am a left of center politician. I believe that in Africa, if you see the poverty around us, you cannot afford to be anything else. That if you marry this statement with what Dr. Kwame Nkrumah said, that our independence is meaningless unless it is linked up with the total liberation of Africa.
Yeah.
Today, or previously, our former president was an ECOWAS chairman. He's vying to be the president again. Probably he will become the AU chairman if he gets the chance to lead the nation again. Today, as we speak, African youth are dying on the Mediterranean Sea. And we've never heard anything from former President John Mahama, who thinks Africa, he is the poverty around us. And if you talk about this, people travel on the Mediterranean, it's all because of poverty. People are escaping poverty. And me, I'm bringing this question in because he made mention of poverty around us. But the same person talking about poverty, people are running away from poverty and they are dying, and he's not making any statements about it. Is that not hypocritical? Is that not double standard?
Let him deal with it, Joe.
Okay. Thank you very much. I'll take the first one. Issue of honesty. You said we were there before and we failed to deliver. We delivered less than 40%. I don't know what methodology you used to arrive at the 40%. So I won't subject that to
how many percent did you think you
that we delivered? I think we did our best. I put it around 60 to 70. We did our best. But we need to go into specific. But what I'm trying to say, nobody is perfect. And the one good thing John Mahama is telling Ghanaians now, he has been there before. He has learned his lessons. And when he's given the chance, he's going to correct them. That's a good start. Unlike Nana, who still is refusing to acknowledge the promises he made to Ghanaians before the 2016, he has not delivered even 1/3 of them. If you take one of his flagship policies, the one district, one factory thing, the last time I checked, it was less than 23%. That's a failure, a massive failure. Even that was before the COVID. When they were making argument that they put about 54 factories, and we have 250 4 districts that are about in Ghana. So if you calculate less than 23%, that's a clear evidence that that thing is a failure. If you take the one village, let me come. I will come to his question. If you take the one dam, one village, it's a failure because the dams were not even properly constructed. So the first ones were dry up because of Hamatan. The next ones, the rain came and washed them away. What kind of dams are we constructing? And there was a village chief who described a dam as a football playing field. And we have spent money. For the Minister for Initial Development, Howard Comson, she's a potential victim of causing financial loss to the state. Yes, because that initiative was just a mess. So what I'm trying to say, we have tried our best to live up to expectation, and that is the more reason why this time round we engaged and consulted stakeholders and Ghanaians before producing this document. And when we were doing the consultation, we're not just asking them for their views, we also sought how these views will be translated into action. Take the argument that we are going to extend free senior high school to private schools. It's a common development initiative because private schools are proprietors, are partners in development. They have provided their buildings, they are paying their tutors. All what we are saying, we government can provide all the school buildings at a time. So if there are private schools that are living up to expectation, why can't we just come in and absorb the tuition fee we are doing with the public sector? So these are achievable things. You can, people will hold us accountable. We are not lying. These are basic things that we can do because they are well thought through programs. That's one. On the issue of Ahmed Swale and J.B. Dunker, yes, every life matters. J.B. Dunker, yes. Every life matters. But you see, the matter of those two public figures was quite concerning. I'm not saying others are not important. Everybody is important. And the thinking is that if we can use these cases, investigate it, learn lessons from it, we can use it as a template to deal with other cases. Just this week, a university professor
has been murdered
in the same way.
The same way.
That Honorable exactly. But because that one happened over how many years now?
Nobody have nothing about it.
So criminals or whatever murder contractors said, okay, this is a good approach. Let's use it again. So my brother, we are not going to say other people's deaths are not important. Every life matters. And the thinking is that when we learn from that, use scientific knowledge, we have CCTV camera. This country, that's why I like them. You commit a murder, even if it's 10 years, 30 years, they will look for you.
So why you were in power then?
Yes.
When all these people died, you didn't do nothing about it.
Which ones are you?
J.B. Dunker.
J.B. Dunker happened when we were just about to leave.
No, you were in power.
We were in power, but you see,
so what did you do nothing about it?
It was a mysterious death. We started.
And wouldn't it have been the flagship exit?
Exactly.
Practice?
Now, but the way the drama is going is now.
No, I'm mentioning because just mention CCTV, but because there was CCTV.
No, that's what I mean. I always say sometimes I blame the entire system without necessarily limiting.
You don't blame the service and the government.
I put for me, I'm an NDC because I believe Ghana first, and I think it is only through NDC as a political party that Ghana can move to the promised land.
That's correct.
We are all human beings, but sometimes we see some of the system that has nothing to do with the government of the day.
Yeah.
Our security agencies need to up their game. That's the reality. But in a situation whereby there's political undertones in every murder in Ghana, then it becomes difficult to blame the security agencies who are supposed to be impartial. So what I'm trying to say, we have highlighted this two murder cases.
This is GN Radio UK.
They are the only cases that we are going to investigate. Hopefully, we will look. But you see, the issue of Ahmed Swale is very interesting. You can't have a democracy thriving without press freedom. And this was a popular journalist who was threatened, publicly threatened, by a member of parliament of the ruling party. I don't want to mention names because it will be unfair to accuse. But we all know what Canada Japan said some days before Ahmed Swala was murdered. So you see why it is very important. Because the way it happened, journalists like you who are not brave enough will find it difficult to continue practicing their trade in Ghana. Because if a public figure like a member of parliament can tell you that I will kill you, and indeed you were killed, other journalists sitting down will. So we want to go to the bottom of that thing. If it is at the end of it, or Canada, Japan, or anybody of public standing is not implicated, and other innocent people are, implicated, they will be made to face the law, so that journalists will have the confidence to continue practicing, to deepen democracy and rule of law in Ghana. The other last question, you talk about... You said John Mama is hypocritical because he's not talking about Africans dying. Of course, he's an opposition member of parliament.
No, it was a question he posed.
Yeah, what I'm trying to say is that it's difficult. It's always good to cut your coat according to your size. We know it's poverty that is causing all these things. Let's open up our economies, create the jobs that the big push is likely to produce. And that's why you have a lot of Africans, Liberians, Nigerians now coming to Ghana to look for jobs. If they know traveling to Ghana, you can get a job, what will make them to risk their life traveling on the Mediterranean Sea? And whatever we do as a model can be used and copied by other African countries to also accelerate. I mean, immigration will always be there. Let's be clear with this. When the issue of people, mass movement of people started not today, and it will continue. Because at any point in time, there can be a situation where all countries on this earth, their developmental rate will be the same. UK will always be ahead of African countries for a very long time to come. So no matter what, people will still aspire to move to another country. People don't just travel because of poverty. Some even sell their family wealth to embark on this journey. And if they are given proper education and assurance that if they remain at home, they can make it, they won't go. So it's about education, telling people that don't use illegal routes to travel because
it's about education, but it's not job creating, which is pushing our youth away from our country.
That is what I'm saying. Somebody will sell the whole family wealth, cattle, houses.
But I believe if there is job, they won't sell.
That's what I'm saying. And if I have no problem if you are selling your using the family property to travel, and there's hope that you can be given loans, support to have your own business in your country. Why go in?
Okay. It's past 24 minutes after 9. I'm here with Mr. Alhaji Mbalba, Alhassan Mbalba, UK, Ireland, NDC Chairman. We haven't finished yet, but I think I would rather do marketing in a minute and then come back to the studios. But I would like to read some few tests that we have received, and we want you to chip in. When we come back to the studios, we open the line. But one thing I would like Mr. Mbalba to deal with is the big push agenda. In fact, free primary healthcare is in it. Reform education, everything in it. But having had job creation, job. There was a time when it's going to cause education. But are you going to do job in Ghana for people to stop traveling and people to make Ghana livable? As current president said, we got money, we're sitting on wealth, but we're still hungry. We'll be back in a jiffy. This is Extra Time Politics on GN Radio. I'm Koba. Anyway, Nana of it was tell them, Nana was Oboya to tell them. Amaduma say I'm watching. Give 2 thumbs up. A big thank you, my one and only producer and technical technical man and a technical producer DJ Big Joe. Upon so that's what's here on Kofi Minty. I took Kwame now. I see a saying that Brown Eye Joe Brown Eye said or chow pa Miss Mbalba Brown Eye so chow.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Belinda Juliana, I see at a long time. Whoa, that my chairman. One for about so Miss Mbalba. Auntie, long time. Lorraine Dankwa is watching. Lorraine, a very good evening to you and thanks for tuning in. You've been a supporter of this program. We thank you so much for sharing as well. Let me quickly deal with this things and then we come back to see you and we open the line for those that would like to, contribute. I was before we turn back to our local. So in fact, Mbalba said we will speak English for everybody to hear what we're saying. About to hear what we're saying.
But I can take questions and
eatghana.com. I eatghana.com. Ever wondered where to get all your favorite Ghanaian Afro-Caribbean products without leaving the comfort of your home? Your answer is right here. www.ieatghana.com is what you have to visit to get your fast, secured online shop for all your needs for your kenke, dry fish, vegetables, spices, dry meat, snacks, etc. Your answer is ieatghana.com, open 24/7. We deliver same day or next day per your preference. You can select preferred date of delivery. We sell in large quantities and always have a stock delivered direct from Ghana. We accept all major payment forms: Visa, debit, credit, MasterCards, Amazon Pay, Klarna, buy now, pay later, faster payment, bank transfer, and more. Look no further. Shop online and stay safe. COVID-19, we're looking for a second wave. God forbid it touches us. But all you need to do is log on to ieatghana.com or call on WhatsApp 07878123111 or 07949797573 07949797573. Email them on sales@ieatghana.com or download our app on Android or Apple phone from Apple Store or Play Store, and then just search ieatghana.com. Order what you need and it will be delivered to you straight away. Holiday home and apartment in Ghana. Are you traveling to Ghana on holiday? Do you need a cozy and affordable place to stay away from home in Accra? A home away from home available at Teshinungwa Estate. This is a self-contained one-bed house located 30 minutes drive from the Kotoka International Airport. The house is fully air-conditioned with 24-hour security and alarm system. It has a car park, fully furnished, kitchen with gas cooker, microwave, oven, and cooking utensils. The house is fully furnished to suit your taste and comfort. For further details and inquiries, please contact Mama Elizabeth on 07958 618534 07958 618534. In fact, Mama Elizabeth, our advice is give the person the password. This is from my dearest secret producer, Mami Bedu. A good evening to you, Bedu. Otindenara, Mami Bedu Otinde. I want to mean to edit that. I can't be friend. Me bape our friend. As we continue, JAIO, that is Just Been Accountancy Limited, is a chartered accountancy. Business formations, bookkeeping and accounting, preparation, payroll management, personal and business taxes, including self-assessment, returns and filing, corporation tax preparation and filing, VAT, returns, property taxes, and other businesses. Please contact Just Been Accountancy Limited. Telephone number 07944 468460 07944 468460 or 023 81842025. Email us on eric.jasben account jasbenacct@gmail.com. Address is 30 Bond Church Close, Bassett Green, Southampton, SL16 3EH. Adom Shito Delight. Get yourself a delicious shito. Contact us on 079 852 79891. Kumasi Market has our products. Brixton, Estate Street, East Street, and Peckham. Ya Asantua, Bermondsey, Afro Store, Estate Street, Henry Shop, Sunyani Market, 210, J Store, 210, Nananum Groceries, found in Heath, Emmanuel Grocery, Mitcham and Clapham, Nyame Betchere, Brixton, Papa Alfie, Croydon, Zen Store, Brixton, TFL, Camberwell, Divine Store, 210, Global African Store, Manchester, Judas Shop, Birmingham, Sister Ako Store, on Reading. This is where you get our delight shit off from. Even if you want it in your refrigerators for yourself, for your functions, please contact 0798 5279891. Unique financial protection. Coronavirus is teaching us a very important, painful lessons from major health concerns to economic meltdown. Everything is in turmoil. So there has never been a better time to ensure you and your family from protecting your income, mortgage insurance, and life insurance. We have got it all. You are with unique financial protection and are in safe hands. Now you can sleep a bit easier knowing if the worst should happen, your family, your property, and your income is safely protected. At Unique Financial Protection, we pride ourselves in our free, no obligation. We pride ourselves in our free, no obligation advice before recommending any insurance, and we would like to ensure you that insure you at your own budget. So get in touch and do what is right for your children and loved ones. Call now on 078 60 963 223 for your free assessment and advice. We still reminding you, GN Radio is on. You got Channel 4 TV and GN Radio UK. Call out for all your radio, TV, adverts, announcement, events, funeral, parties, weddings, engagements, birthdays, small businesses, program sponsorships, special promotion package, airtime for churches. Channel 7 is available on Sky Channel 182, Freeview Channel 264, and Vision TV app. GN Radio UK is on Sky Channel 0185, TuneIn, and Facebook. Please contact us if you want to advert, if you want if you want a slot, if you want to promote any business, if you want to fund any program on the show or on the station. Please contact us on 0744 969 7872, and I said 0744 969 7872, 07729 966 941. I think we got it all, haven't we? No, we got two left. But we'll come back. Time is fast spent. 35 minutes past the hour of 9. Mr. Mbalba is in the studio. Mr. Mbalba, let's get back to the business.
Okay.
But before that, let me tell the listeners that the line is open. The line is open. Any questions for Mr. Mbalba? Maybe I'm not asking the right questions, right? Maybe, Mama Boat to say, Koku, well done. Koku, good job. Mama Boat, my dear sister, is giving me 2 loves. Can you imagine? I love Mama Boat. Anyway, I think for me, you can call us. Put your question in English or in Chi. Mr. Mbamba is here to tell you.
In the house.
And Dagbani in the house. Mr. Mbamba is here to deal with. 020 735 8820. And I say 020 32 860185. Mr. Mbalba, let's come to the studios. Mr. Mbalba,
Yes.
the big push.
Yeah.
I'm not convinced the big push. I must be frank with you. Let me ask you this question and then go to the big push. Explain in detail because I can't ask any question.
Yeah,
all the question I'm asking is where's the money going to come from? But I understand.
ask that.
Borrowed internal.
No.
Let me finish.
Okay.
Either internal generated fund or private sector borrowing, all that. Fine, we get that. But the thing is, I saw President Mahama.
Yes.
Being a vice president and the president for 8 years, right?
Yeah, vice president in total 8 years.
8 years.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't see. When I heard Mr. Mahama is contesting, I want to come again. I will ask myself, why?
Why? Good question.
Didn't you see anybody better in NDC than Mr. Mahama?
That's interesting. You see, I'm glad you have taken us back to the political narrative before our Congress that overwhelmingly endorsed President Mahama as our candidate. Because intra-party politics or internal politics is a miniature of national politics. The fact that he was overwhelmingly endorsed by NDC delegates, I was at that Congress. I saw how when he spoke, the whole trade fair was shaking because we believe in his vision and his plans to move that.
Echoes Pilgabra.
Not necessarily.
And
every
former
Backbane
and all that.
Because at the end of the day, they are all uniting behind him.
I understand that,
but so I don't want us to go into that politics. But what I'm trying to say is that look at what he did when he became president after the untimely death of late Professor Mills. Yes, some of the developmental projects was initiated by Mills, but when he became the president, he pushed them forward. You can talk about the Ghana-Dubai Kwame Nkrumah cycle, Terminal 3 I've just mentioned.
We'll talk about that.
The University of Ghana Medical School, the Rich Hospital, the E-block schools dotted across the country, the road infrastructure, name them. Free cocoa fertilizer for cocoa farmers, name them. So you see, he had a vision to move the country forward. It was just that we didn't even quantify, because I strongly believe whatever project that was undertaken by him, when he even became president, if he totally together, it's more than the 10 billion we are talking about. But this time around, and he was not just doing this project without the multiplier effect in mind, because he was doing it because it will create employment, sustainable ones, of course, and at the end of the day, people will be employed and then in a sustainable job. Take the cheap compounds across the country. A healthy economy healthy people produces what? Healthy economy. So all what he was trying to do to provide infrastructure in the health sector, in the education, and he went around building hospitals, district hospitals, updating regional hospitals, introducing technical universities in Ghana. All the 10 regions that time were given technical universities. So because his vision was cut short. Oh yes, because all of a sudden in the history of our country, President Akufo-Addo, then the opposition, gave some promises which was just unbelievable.
Why is Mr. Mahama's vision cut short?
Because,
he was a vice president for 2.5 years. Or 2 years.
Yes, but
then he continued 2 years as a president, and then another 4 years.
Exactly.
So no precedent, not in the history of Ghana, apart from Dr. Kwame Nkrumah.
Exactly.
No president of Ghana has had opportunity than that of Mr. Mahama for even 6 years of presidency. All right, now hold on, because the thing is, you will either have 4 years or 8 years, then you go.
Okay, and he has
had 6 years. Let's forget about his vice presidency from the being president to the end, and then win another president.
Yes.
So total of 6 years.
No.
In fact, he will be.
You can see he can account for that 6 years. But look,
Wow,
if he take,
no.
Take President Akufo-Addo. Tell me, since he took over 3 years, what has he done for the country? Just mention one tangible and visible developmental project Nana has undertaken. Tell me only one. And I'm inviting all the MPP supporters.
There you go, not me. Invite MPPs to talk.
The only thing we all know he said he's doing, which is even in shambles, is the free senior high school. And let me tell you, I sometimes I get sickness when they are claiming ownership. The free HSS is a constitutional provision, which was inserted in the 92 Constitution, which they even boycotted. So it's a constitutional requirement. So if you are implementing what is agreed by Ghanaians in the referendum, yes, you get credit
I
for
wouldn't
that.
defend MP.
And even, let me tell you one thing, even without the e-blocks that Mahama constructed, we would have been having triple track SS system, not the double track we are now experiencing. So if you are asking me that he's lucky, is what because he was in office for 6 months. Yes, he was in office for 6 years, but he was moving the country in the right direction.
So is it right?
It's in the right direction. And I tell you, if Mahama had won the 2016 election, Ghana would have been a better place.
So would you
we are telling Ghanaians, we are pleading, we are begging.
Would you agree with me, right? So would you agree with me?
Let me make this one. We are begging for John Mama to be reelected.
Would you agree with me?
So that he will come and finish his unfinished business.
Would you agree with me?
Yes.
Yeah. Would you agree with me that tells every politician of Ghana, that every president that comes to power should make every effort to do whatever they promised or wanted to do in 4 years?
Exactly. Because you see at the beginning of the COVID, all of a sudden, President Akufo-Addo was waking up from his slumber. And what did we hear? He's going to build 98 hospitals within 1 year. Within 1 year. Because when he took over on January 2017, he never thought we need hospitals across the country. But Mahama was building these hospitals without even anticipating COVID. And all of a sudden, the University of Ghana Medical Facility, which they call was just real in our green books, is now hotel for them to go and relax when they were infected with the COVID. But this is the visionary leadership we're talking. And look at how they delay before even commissioning University of Ghana Medical School. Even Terminal 3, the same thing, because they didn't want Ghanaians to say, okay, you criticize John Mahama for not doing anything, only for you to come and be commissioning projects that was constructed or provided under his administration.
Let me remind you and the listeners.
So what you see, Nana now is in a difficult situation, and that is why we didn't go around promising Ghanaians what we know we cannot deliver. I can tell you, one dam, one village, Nana and Baumia knew when they were saying that it's not possible. Why am I saying that? Because a geographer or an agriculturalist will tell you it's not every land that is suitable for a dam. The topography of that land will determine whether a dam will be constructed there. And then when they were saying it, they were just saying one dam, one village. And they didn't even know the number of villages we have in Ghana. Now, if you go to the one district, one factory, it's common sense.
Ladies and gentlemen, please, my number.
Our policy, what John is saying, all what he's coming to do, to continue and add new ideas to whatever he was doing, and we're seeing them. Is it the University of Ghana Medical School, which is not real? Is it the Kotoka International Terminal 2, which is not real? Can't they see the abandoned e-blocks across the country? He goes to villages, and the chiefs and opinion leaders are begging him to come and commission.
Okay, I'll let Joe come in a minute, but let me read this text quickly.
Our approach is utopian. It's not the utopian way of thinking where people just give political promises. And no wonder they have not changed the narrative that their political promises were strategic vision.
Okay, hold on.
They didn't say they were coming to do
it. Let me read this text and then
I'll
go to Joe. Joe, you there? Yeah, stand by. I'll come to you in a minute. Whoever is calling my mobile phone, please, I've given the landline out. You can call us on 0203 or 0203 735 8820, and that's 0203 286 0185. Okay, let me read this quickly. Oh, Ghana, MPP, NDC, twin continue to argue about their performances, but unemployment is increasing by day. People are hungry and dying. Time for the PPP to create the atmosphere for jobs. Papa says. John, okay.
I mean, with regards to
Mama Boy say good evening, Koba. Hello. Big up to everybody. I took what's the name? Okay, I see that. Thanks, Brown Eye. Somebody's noise is picking the. Someone's mic is picking the noise. Anyway, Joe, you there?
Yeah, I'm around.
I'll leave the next 10 minutes to you to deal with Mr. Mbalba, because I don't think he's done justice to mine. But this is the first time anyway. I'm gonna have continuous visit.
No. I mean, I don't want to live here without doing justice to you.
I want you to do justice to me.
So
let Joe talk so that I can
okay,
talk me through. Let's do it quick. I want people to get your message.
Exactly.
Yeah. Joe.
Yeah. Thank you once again. Chairman. Once again on your Operation Think. What is this Operation Think about? And how is it different from the normal ways you have been trying to prevent corruption?
And remember, we're dealing with your manifesto. I want to remind you on that manifesto.
Yeah. So how is it going to be different, and how are you going to fight this corruption?
Operation Think.
Okay. Yeah, corruption. Political corruption, public corruption.
Let me pick this caller.
Let's go to the well of.
Caller, good evening, caller. Hello, caller, you on there? Good evening. Hello. About your friend for now, our friend. Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. But what am I say?
What is Irene?
Hello, Irene. Good evening. But you're here.
Yes. Adam now, sir.
I'm Adam Boko.
Good. Hey, Irene.
Irene, but you're on call. Oh, Kasa.
Hello. Good evening. The NDC chairman said we should list promises that the MPP have promised and they have actually fulfilled. I'm really surprised to hear such a thing coming from a chairman when you see that the MPP have promised whatever promises that they promised, they have delivered. Some taking over. We took over. The country was sinking. Right? And within 4 years, actually 3, look at the things that we have achieved. And if you are hearing that, I want you big. If it is righteous, he has delivered it. He has also, look at the Zongo development. Look at the net allowance, teachers allowance, and the rest. He has restored all of these things. So what are you saying that he hasn't done anything?
Let him deal with it. Let him deal with it.
Let me respond.
Actually,
let me respond. I made it clear that the only thing we can give Nana credit for is the free senior high school. He took a bold decision, but even with that,
there's a shambles.
And even without our e-blocks, tell me, since Nana took over, has he constructed one senior high school? Where? Which village? Which district? This is what I'm talking about. You can't just be singing free senior high school without thinking about the infrastructure. Without John Mahama's e-blocks, we would have been experiencing triple track, not double track. So it's a government is a 4x4 race.
Isn't the government is a progressive program?
Exactly. So what I'm saying is that we even incited that in the 92 Constitution.
Okay.
So he came and he made that bold decision without even providing any infrastructure. Without the educational facilities, the free senior high school wouldn't have taken off completely. Where is the money coming from to finance the free HSS? Is it not the oil money? The oil money, the oil exploration in Ghana, well, they claim it started a long time, but the person or the government that gave a real boost to it was GMPC under the chairmanship of
Thank you.
Chikata.
Another caller.
So we exploit and now we have oil fund. So we can, no political tradition should claim. Okay. Now my sister is talking about Zongo fund. The less you talk about Zongo fund, the better. Okay. I will find a day to digest that area. It's a fiasco. Nothing is happening there.
Okay, another caller.
Where is the fund? They promised certain fund to start the Zongo Development Fund. Up to now, 3 years, they have not even given anything. All what we know is corruption. Beginning of the COVID-19, 5 million Ghana cedis was used to provide provide PPEs. Which communities did they provide it? It became a big issue, and as usual, they set up a kangaroo committee only to clear the chief executive of that.
Let me pick a caller on the line.
The dams, where are your dams? The dams what you promised. Where are the factories? Okay. I've just given the statistics. Beginning of the COVID-19, out of the 254 something districts, you only provided 54. That was even debatable.
Okay.
And if you convert the 54 into percentages, that is less than 23%. So you can't tell me Nana is delivering.
That's it.
So if I'm going to mark him, I will mark him a fail. A pass is 40%. He got less than 23%. So that's a big fail. For the first time, a government of the day is giving late people exam questions to SS just to make a political capital out of it.
MPP.
The Ghanaians must not make any mistakes.
Wait a minute.
Nana. Or otherwise, Ghana will be the most laughable.
You got another question coming up.
Yeah.
Caller, good evening. Good evening.
Koba.
Hello. Hold on a minute, Mbacho.
And let me tell you one thing.
Wait. I'll pick a caller.
Okay.
Hold on. Hello.
Yeah, Mbacho, you're from me, Overking, second vice chairman, MPP UK.
Overking, I just say,
how are you, my brother?
I'm very, very well. How are you?
I'm fine. Great.
I've literally listened to you and also watched you.
Great.
First of all, let me wish you a very good luck.
Thank you.
For trying to compare yourself with MPP.
Okay, great.
First of all, there's something that I want to correct.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I thought that you were going to literally correct it.
Okay.
Especially the presenter has made a big mistake, and you being the chairman of NDC in the United Kingdom,
yes,
could not correct it.
Mm-hmm.
What is
and
it?
I wonder, I'm coming, and I wonder if that was incompetency or not. That will be the first thing before I speak.
Okay.
Now, the presenter is saying that your former president, John Dramani Mahama, was in government, and he became president for 6 years. You said yes. And you have repeated it over and over again. Now I'm asking you, how many years?
You know, the super incompetence. It's 5 years. Yeah.
Let me talk.
The super incompetence of Nana is affecting all of us.
Let me finish. You have literally mentioned it about 4 or 5 times that he was a president in our country for 6 years.
Okay.
Now, is it a mistake, or you genuinely didn't know that he was actually a caretaker president for 5 months? Then he became the president from 2012.
Okay. Yeah, that's
true.
The
question to you.
No, you are right. But you see, I didn't want us to debate a bit because the presenter was more interested in what his achievements are. So trying to even say he was in office for 1 year.
I wouldn't agree. I wouldn't agree.
Anyway, because
it was a mistake, but I will agree.
In debate, fine, I must acknowledge for like correcting. But I don't think it was the subject of discussion. What he was trying to say, he has been
I'm sorry,
before.
hold on a second.
I'm listening to let me I'm criticizing Nana for being in office for only 3 years.
Okay, make your question
so
quick.
If I had even say okay, he has been there for only
put your
4
question
years, what
for
difference
me.
will that make?
Put your question
but thanks
quick,
for drawing my
you can address it and we can
he
go
was
on
4 and then whatever. But you see,
Mr. Mbalba, let him answer the question quickly.
But you see, let me make this thing clear. I'm surprised my brother is bringing this up. Are they not the same people saying whatever happened under President Mills, Mama should be held accountable? And that is why under the 92 Constitution, a presidential candidate cannot file to contest without a running mate. So automatically, they are collectively and jointly responsible for their action and inactions. So if you want to even, you are even charitable by saying he was there for 6 years. You could have said he was there for 8 years, starting from when Mills took over.
No, because
he was the second.
I was trying to say he was a vice president, right?
I'm only trying to
He was a vice president.
And I'm only trying to tell
really
my
became
brother,
a president.
when we are debating some of these trivial issues, I don't pay attention to it. So in effect, let's even use NDC last administration, 8 years. I'm ready to debate that with MPP 3 years.
Okay, are you there?
So let's put that matter to rest.
Okay.
And move on to substantive matters.
Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. But one minute, good evening.
Yes, this is Alexis. I'm calling from Hull. I want to contribute to the program.
Quickly, please. The time is apart. Quickly, please.
Thank you, Alexis.
Alexis, yeah?
Yes.
Monoko.
Okay. I just want to thank.
Alexis, if you will lower your set for us and then listen through the phone, let it be quicker.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I get that. Yes, fine. Thank you. Yeah, I think there is an issue that has been coming up about the term of office of.
That is not an issue. We're talking about it. That is not an issue.
No, you said.
No.
Sorry.
Let's deal with the manifesto.
Sorry.
The manifesto, please.
Oh, yeah. Okay. With the manifesto, certainly it has been published, and then everybody has seen what the People's Manifesto is all about. And when you look at the contents of it, I think MPP have even realized that there are some issues they need to think again. And we can now observe that they are even now coming out with a sort of supplementary manifesto to what they had launched because of the content that we had in our manifesto. I mean, you can realize that the People's Manifesto, it is something that has been contributed to by all and sundry in the country. And it is about the people's problems. They have come out with the issues that concern them, the bread and butter issues that really concern Ghanaians. And we have taken that on board and have been able to carve out a program that can really solve the problems of Ghanaians.
Okay, so
they are so keen about it now.
With you, let me end you here because my time is quite gone. With you, the NDC manifesto is what Ghanaians should look forward to, right?
Exactly.
Thank you very much, Alex. Thank you so much for your call. Let me quickly take another one. It should be questions to Mr. Mbalba. You didn't take this leniently and go away like that. Good evening, caller.
Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Bajoni Michael Kudiabo na Ekase.
Michael Bajomano, quickly.
Yeah. NDC UK and Ireland Chapter Secretary. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity. Good evening to yourself and listeners, and good evening to my chairman, Alhaji Alhassan Baba.
Quickly.
My chairman, I am so proud of you. You have done a great job, and keep up the good work. Just a quick one. When you were speaking, what's your name again? presenter.
Koba.
Koba. Thank you. Koba, when you were opening the program, your opening statement, you made reference to Africans with regards to brain drain, traversing the Mediterranean, to come to the UK, Germany, elsewhere.
That was my code, Joe.
Okay, right. Now, I can tell you for a fact that if you look at the People's Manifesto and what it contains, it is as a result, and my chairman, Mbalba has already made the point that it is as a result of broad-based consultation across the country, and it touches on every facet of Ghanaian national human life. So I can tell you for a fact that if the NDC is given the chance to come into power right from day one, from the 7th of January 2021, Ghanaians will begin to see a massive improvement in their lives. And all those that are in a hurry to leave the country to go elsewhere for greener pastures will begin to change their minds, and they will stay in and begin to enjoy and partake of the very things that President John Mahama will be implementing.
Thank you very much.
Another caller. Good evening. Hello, good evening. Oh, I want to say. Hello. Okay. I'm set on cancel. Let me read this text quickly. In fact, I tried. I know, Atamils Mahamano was 8 years, right?
Yes.
But I want to just pick Mahama as an individual, like a leader of a country, not a vice. So I thought it would be fair to give him that from when he started being president and then to when he ended.
I think it was.
Caller, good evening. I will deal with that. Good evening, caller.
Okay, over cleaning you, Masaba.
Okay, but then quickly, Mamma, I tell me, I want to cut you and tell me what I remember.
All right. Now, and I'm saying, Mr. Mbalba, on your up to date. The submission, the Mona, you have seen a one, okay, I can be a person, kind of yes. Now, I deal kind of say, Emra, John Dramani Mahama, and in a buying. Former president, sorry if you are Omudia Ghana Sikapa, Baby, and MPP for year 20, that is Keneske Bien. Now, I dear Kwame President Kain on the say, NDC Abine was in government for 8 good years.
Yes.
And in Tibia, 1 year free, that time, I did the time one, almost sorry free, 8 years. My name is Yase. Omunina Timi 89 former President Mills. So on the Onkajuma no Moye, John Dramani Mahama Kwan a year, which is very good and we are more cup of tea. But I'm reminding Mr. Mbalba that even though he claimed that there was enough money in our coffers that they left.
Was there any?
Pension sector.
Was there any?
Tier 2.
Was there any?
They left a debt of 3.1 billion Ghana cedis. They couldn't take some of those monies to pay. They left banking sector completely in a mess. We have now borrowed 21.6 billion to resolve that problem.
21.6
when they were leaving office, road sector, the legacy debt that they left there, 7 billion Ghana cedis, they couldn't pay even though there was money in the account.
So there was money.
Energy sector.
So you see the contradiction.
Energy sector. Can you please let me finish? I listen to you. I respectfully listen to you when you were talking.
Okay.
Okay, time is gone, fast gone, quickly.
Yeah,
please.
let me land.
Please.
Okay. In the energy sector, they left 4 billion Ghana cedis debt.
Okay.
Which they should have paid if there was money.
Okay.
Now, education sector, they left debt of 2.63 billion Ghana cedis. If there was money, I believe John Dramani Mahama that I know would have solved the problem. national insurance sector, national insurance, national insurance, health insurance scheme. No, they left 1.2 billion debt. If there was money, I believe.
Well, because they made the one-time premium, didn't they?
Resolve it. Now, 122 billion debt that they left and that they took Ghana to IMF to request for policy credibility. 122 billion till now. Every year, interest service only. 18 billion Ghana cedis.
First one,
I'm landing. You put all this together, 111.53 billion Ghana cedis. That was the mess.
Okay.
Hello? Okay,
it's off. Let me respond to you. You see, I'm not surprised. Let me respond. You made some sweeping statements.
Let me do this.
You see,
let me tell you this.
Okay.
You're gonna deal with Joe issue, right?
Yeah.
With the issue of.
Can I just add all my ask my 2 questions and then he can
deal with it. No, but I won't take no call again. But you have time to finish it, then we close.
These 2 questions has to be a yes or no, please, Chairman. These 2 questions has to be a yes or no.
In politics, sometimes you don't answer yes or no answers. But I will see. Because if something that I'm not going to say yes, I won't do it. I mean,
the first one, did you inherit any uncompleted facilities from the MPP government?
Previously.
But
yes or no?
I mean, of course, yes. Because Kufuor
then second one.
Kufuor was not just there not doing anything.
Then second one,
Joe. He did far better than...
Joe, second one. Joe, your second question, he said yes.
I said yes, of course.
Okay, so it means you inherited it, but you didn't complete it.
We completed it.
Number 2.
Can you give examples?
Number 2.
What?
Okay, we'll come to that.
Yes,
Let me ask
with all these collab financial institutions that you are promising to pay the customers of their whatever their financial input.
Yeah.
We were told that the businesses were not legal. Now that you promise to pay, does that make the business legal? And is it just something like a populist approach, or what is it about? Is it that anybody can do any business when they go into administration? You just take the debt and pay. Is that what you are doing?
Okay, you said the businesses were not legal. By who? Who said they were not legal? Your government, isn't it? Not Mohammed's government.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we are saying, even if they were not legal, let's even assume if that argument is valid. As a government or a state, we have the responsibility to protect our citizens. So the government or Bank of Ghana failing in its responsibility, let's assume, I'm not taking your words for it, they are even illegal and people deposited their monies and through the collapse they are now at a disadvantage. It's up to the state to compensate them. We are all here during the economic crisis when the government of the UK introduced quantitative easing. Money was pumped into the bank. Some banks were...
Are we up to them?
Pardon?
Are we in the level of UK?
No, I'm coming. The amount of money he said they have used to collapse these banks could have used to sustain them.
So we have got enough money
exactly.
to do that.
So that they will continue operating. Look at GN Bank. I felt bad. Because when I travel to North, every village, every rural area, you see GN Bank. So they were creating jobs and they were inculcating the saving habit in our people. Those days when people used to put their monies under pillows and if there is fire, the money disappears.
Yeah.
So they were, I was surprised, then Ghana is becoming what we see in the advanced country. You collapse it. Now where's the job opportunities? We could have used the money. When the crisis started in this country, they did not just collapse banks that could be saved. That amount of money, but I don't want to.
Yeah, but Chairman.
Let me. So I don't know. So if you say they are illegal, we are not saying we are going. Of course, we'll compensate the customers. It is not their fault that the banks were allowed to operate illegally, even if what you are saying is true. We have the responsibility to protect
Let
them.
me read this
and
too quickly
John
so you can
Mahama
continue.
is not saying it. He's going to
I know anyone who goes into armed robbery is as a result of he or she being unemployed.
You are not getting
Doesn't
what I'm
mean
saying. In
if
the
anyone
case of
goes
these
into armed
banks,
robbery,
we are not saying we
because
are
the person
giving
is
money to the
unemployed,
bank
it is
because you have
legal.
already collapsed some of them. They need to fight to get their licenses back. What we are saying as a state, we have the responsibility to protect our citizens against such illegal brands, if indeed they were illegal. We fail in that direction, and then you collapse them without even making profit. But why are you even paying some of them? You see the double standard in the.
Let me ask this question.
I thought Nana is claiming that they have earmarked money to compensate them. So why should we be worried? John Mahama is promising that he's going to pay everybody.
He says
why should there be a problem?
Last question, and I want to follow up.
That's fine.
The last one.
I want my brother in this studio so that we'll battle out face to face.
You promised to pay all assembly members.
Yes.
Now we've seen how our policies have been monetized. Now, don't you think by paying assembly members, it is also going to take the shine away, because now it is going to be the survivor of the fittest who can pay his way to become an assembly member, because now something is coming in there. Don't you think you are bringing the monetization into the local government system as well?
No, not necessarily. What we are saying, we are going to nominate them and give them additional responsibility. For instance, for the first time or maybe for the first time on this earth, a country is saying that the birth certificate of that country is not a requirement to prove one's citizenship. We are now a laughing stock. So what your mama is saying, the issue of making sure that every child born is registered will be additional responsibility given to the assemblymen. So instead of employing people to do it, they know their communities. And let me tell you an example. I did my A-level national service under the late 90s. There was this scheme they called primary health care. It was a government, UK government sponsorship to this national service scheme. So some A-levels national service personnel were trained and were posted to the rural areas and were supposed to work with the assemblymen, chiefs and opinion leaders to report every childbirth and to ensure the child is registered. I was made to train as a traditional birth attendant.
Okay.
Yes.
I'll come to you.
So all what we are saying, instead of them leaving it without monitoring, they'll be giving some incentives. And we are going to stop this and elephant-sized ministers. We'll cut the waste in that system.
You will have to deal with the previous questions of Joe about the corruption and all of a case, and then we come to...
On the issue of corruption.
Wait, you deal with it.
Okay.
I'll give you another 15 minutes to talk.
Okay.
Joe is not talking. I'm not talking again. Let me read these questions, yeah? Of a case has tells you about thing from my listeners. What's it? Asiokwane, he's a teacher. He's a teacher from Ghana, yeah?
He's a teacher in Ghana.
A teacher in Ghana.
Okay.
He says NDC Manifesto is complete false.
Okay.
And empty, Mr. Host, Asio from Ghana. That is his other name.
That's his opinion.
That's his opinion, of course.
And meanwhile, they are copying the false promises. I understand Okada.
Read to you about King's Matter of Ake. I say Bank of Ghana failed to regulate the banks under John Dramani Mahama. What right? And he is now coming to pay his criminals, right? That's the question he put. Hold on.
Please, let's be careful. We are not paying the shareholders of the bank. So can I make this clear? Because let me clarify this before they go out with that wrong impression.
Yeah, keep it noted.
We are paying the customers that we as a country, we have failed in our duty.
Chairman, why don't you write it down?
I don't have a pen and paper to write. Next
time I give you pen and paper?
No, I'm okay. I'm taking note. I don't have pen and paper.
Let me read my messages so that I can... help me. Another one is, it says, Nana 4 years is far better than JM Enata Mills 8 years. I want you to let us know.
Yes.
I think you have something to say about it. The 8 years Mills Mahama and the 4 years of Nana. This man said the last 4 years better than 8 years.
Yes.
What do you say with that? You're gonna deal with the corruption from Joe, and then the banks issue from Dingy, and this one, and then I got other 2 issues here, about the current registration fee.
Okay.
Both presidential and
parliament.
And then now, and one another says about him being the president, one of unified country before he leaves.
Okay.
Then I will be finished.
We
have to do that in 14 minutes.
Okay, and with the issue of, is it they're comparing the 4 years of Nana to 8 years? I've said it before. I've challenged them to give a tangible and visible policy Nana has provided since he became the president. And the only thing they mentioned was a free senior high school. That's it.
Okay.
And I've made it clear, even with that, it's in shambles. And we are having double track. And without the John Mahama's e-blocks across the country, we would have been having triple track.
Okay.
So he can't claim ownership. If there's any success in the educational sector, especially free senior high school, let's share it. Maybe we'll take 50 and we'll take 50. Because we laid the foundation, we made it a state policy, and we provided the infrastructure for him. Because he has not even constructed one senior high school. If anything at all, the first graduate to the extent that the state I understand they even deliberately leak exam papers just to make sure that children, the first batch will excel and they will make political gains out of it. Now we are comparing ourselves to our neighbors where their academic qualifications are not recognized. It's a shame.
Deal with the corruption.
Look. Corruption is a very broad.
Do you remember the question he asked?
Yeah, I remember because
about Operation Sting.
What we are going to. Yeah, look. Let me tell you one thing. I have researched into corruption from the academic perspective. Let's not pretend, because some academics who have done extensive research into corruption came to the realization that corruption is inevitable in politics.
So now you are just conforming to President Kufuor said.
What I'm saying is because, and some of them went ahead to give reasons that some people are there. The corruption is an incentive to attract them into politics. And because I can't decide or influence why people goes into politics, it's up to the individual. So what matters, which government or which political party has bold decisions to hold the bull by the horn to confront the issue of corruption. It's a rhetorical question. To confront.
You shouldn't answer a rhetorical question.
I will come to that. I will compare to fight corruption instead of playing lip service to corruption. And when it comes to that, we NDC, we have the track record. It was only under President Mahama he ordered the investigation of his own appointees.
What happened?
Let me learn. Abuga Pele is currently in jail. He was in charge of National Youth Employment.
Do you know what you didn't do?
He was in jail.
Do you know what you didn't do? When those drugs were set on fire, why didn't you guys investigate?
The Tema medical store.
Yes.
Oh, please.
Why?
Please.
We won't talk about it.
I don't want to talk on things like that on air. But I can tell you, I have insider information. It was properly investigated. But all boils down to the ineffective nature of our systems in Ghana. I can tell you for sure. BNIs were involved. They were asked to investigate. And thank God, in our case, it was not John Mahama who came out to clear people like President Akufo-Addo is doing now. Most of the criminal things, it is the president who lead. No wonder his second name is clearance officer. But I'm just giving an example of John Mahama ordering the investigation of his own appointee, Abuga Play, who is currently serving a jail sentence and so on. Sylvester Mensah, I will say this, people say I shouldn't be saying it. As a chief executive of National Soran, he was arrested like armed robber kind of style. He was investigated and cleared. Not president himself preempting the outcome of the investigation. National service directors across the country, even the National Service Scheme chief executive himself was interdicted was investigated. The investigation was still in process when he left office. So why should we blame him for something that he started?
Okay.
Not to even talk about ministers that were forced to resign. But we have a situation where, what is the information minister now? With the visa racketeer. He's not a deputy information minister. Bisu. He's now at the presidency. The flying excavators. Fripong Barton is still at post. Boss Saga is still there. Kembon, Ameridil, PDS. My friend, let's be serious as a country. So if you want to compare corruption, and look, you go ahead making noise, you are going to set up special prosecutor. How many years since the appointment of the special prosecutor? Almost 2.5 years. Even he has not even prosecuted a fly. And that was why some of us were against the idea of creating another bureaucratic structure, which is now a white elephant.
A lot of money.
Lot of money is drawing his salaries. And all what he's good at doing now is to reviewing working with Rawlings. Did we appoint him to reviewing working with Rawlings? Professor Awai wrote his memoirs. That is not your role. If you also want, put your experiences in government into memoirs and we'll all read and compare and contrast. But all the same, if you look at what Matamiru is saying, Kwaku Fuado deliberately decided not to equip the special prosecutor's office. So the fight against corruption is just lip service. He's not bending because if he himself, because I mean, according to Anas, or he was even Kosi Nyantaki said the president was in his packet. Yeah, how can the whole president of Ghana be in someone's packet? That thing, because they quickly rushed to put the blame on the man. So let's not forget. And Akufo-Addo campaigned on the claim that he's incorruptible. He sold that idea to Ghanaians. Today, look at their manifesto. There's no mention of corruption there. They're not even talking about corruption because they are now monopolizing, legalizing, and constitutionalizing and institutionalizing corruption in Ghana. Because if corruption is being state-sponsored at the Jubilee House, there's no way you can investigate and get people who are involved in corruption.
Let's run up quickly.
Since he took over, how many people have been reported for corruption? Nothing came out of it.
Let's run
so if we come to record of corruption, the MPP should not even say. They have no moral right to talk about corruption. Because they are now enablers and promoters of corruption in Ghana.
All right. Let's do it quickly. Two things.
Yes.
Now, it has come to a notice that the EC is charging 100,000 Ghana cedis for presidential candidacy registration. We got over 29 political parties.
100,000,
which is 100. Was it?
Yeah.
10 billion.
10 billion, yes.
Right.
Old
and
Ghana
then
cedis.
Old Ghana cedis.
Yes.
And then parliamentary. 10,000.
10,000. Which is 100.
Why is the standard going high? Is it the reason why people want to make themselves any possible means rich when they are being elected and steal the nation? What are the politicians doing about it? Nanado is saying that he will be happy to leave the nation united.
Oh, united.
Rather than making it divided.
Okay.
What do you make of that?
Let me take the last one. Action speaks louder than words. You can pretend words alone cannot unite Ghana. We are lucky that Ghana naturally is a peaceful country. And the Almighty God,
and we love ourselves.
Almighty God always showers His blessing on Ghana.
Course.
Or otherwise, we would have experienced what our neighbors went
through. It can never happen, inshallah.
Yes, inshallah.
It will never happen.
Look, when Honorable Oslo Usu publicly said the real owners have now taken over.
That is insanity.
Did we hear any comment from the president? We had
I have not heard it. I have not heard it, but you have to call him. You have to call him and ask him. If that's the case, you'll be very angry.
Honorable T.K. Hammond, referring to a full ethnic group as foreigners in Ghana. He said it. The Voltaireans are Togolese. These were debates we had before we became independent.
That's the same way I check.
Let me understand. And you see, and during the re-registration exercise, the president sent troops to Ketu South to fight COVID-19.
He said he's not fighting.
No, but why should you send? Is Ketu South the only border town in
the
Ghana?
whole Ghana?
Where? I'm from Boku. I'm from Boku. Boku has a boundary with two countries, Burkina and Togo. There were no troops there.
Okay.
What kind of hypocrisy is that? So let's be fair. So after the president, we say he's not tribalistic. That would not save him. He need to put his words into action. When his country or party man comes out to say this kind of tribal comments, he need to. I'm sure if this were to be.
So you don't believe what he's saying?
No. Because Nana, after he himself said we that account for. He said it in the past. So why is he pretending?
He's grown.
Why is he pretending?
He's grown. He's
but
changed.
Because of his selfish
leader.
interest, we are not going to turn our country into a war zone. So it's Ghanaians that will.
You got 3 minutes.
Make
sure
that
other issues. Let's move quickly.
No, the fees issue. Look, this is EC problem. But you ask yourself, why are they charging that? And that is why we're telling them that money that they have used to compile this needless voter register could have been used to conduct the election. So maybe they are cash strapped. So
maybe you can help me. When EC get all this money, where does it go?
Well, sometimes they use it to conduct the election. Yes, because it's not like you want to conduct election.
So why do they go to parliament to get?
That is what
money?
I'm saying. That, you know, the country is on a intensive care. We are pretending because the figures we submitted to parliament is different from what we even sent to IMF for the COVID-19 $1 billion fund. So we are in serious financial crisis. That's the reality. We are not going to know the real picture until John Mahama takes over on 7 January 2021. But back to the point, look, we foresaw all this as a political tradition when we were returning Ghana into to constitutional rule. President Rawlings cautioned, and there was a debate. Listeners, listen. President Rawlings was even saying there should be state sponsorship of political parties. Various stakeholders meetings were held. The then MPP kicked against it because they thought Rawlings wanted money to sponsor NDC that time. But even with that, if you remember, if we were in Ghana that time, Rawlings and PNDC even provided vehicles to all registered political parties. I still remember the Niva cars that were brought from Russia, and all political parties were given some cars to start with their campaigning. So if we want to prevent the monetization of our politics as a nation or a country, we need to start a national conversation on the financing of political parties. State needs to play a role. We could have absorbed this filing fee and say, look, yes, if you are a credible political party, not the political parties just on paper, because some of them don't even have offices. If you are credible, all your candidates, your fees and what will be absorbed by the state. That will help. This is a proposal. It's not NDC policy. I'm only saying this as a political observer. So that we can say, okay, if you are credible, we'll pay for your fees state. That will provide an even playing field for people. What is happening now, smaller parties are going to be squeezed out. When I was coming, I heard you talking about MPP, NDC dominating the political landscape. Now we have introduced this money. I don't think whether PPP will be able enough to pay that amount.
It's horrible.
And then we have the NDP, Nana Konodo's party.
What about
Hassan Ayarga's party?
What about Ogaronko's party, Freedom Party?
Freedom Party. So
but she says she'll pay.
Exactly. And yeah, so for me, let's start a national conversation
about how the EC operates and what amount of money
exactly.
That should be. And people shouldn't make that place a money-making center.
Exactly. So in that case, it will be national conversation being spearheaded by non-political bodies, and we can come out with a resolution to this problem. Otherwise, our democracy will become what is known in America.
Mr. Alhaji Alhassan Mbalba.
But before I land, just appealing to my brothers and sisters in the UK. I'm appealing for them. This time around, we are also begging. We are begging not because of John Mahama. We are begging for the sake of present-day Ghanaians and Ghanaians yet to be born. We need to turn our country around, and the only country and the only person who has the vision and leadership skills to move that country forward is President John Dramani Mahama. So I know we have been disenfranchised because most of us couldn't even go home to register, but we can call our family and friends in Ghana and appeal and beg them to vote wisely on 7 December for John Mahama and NDC parliamentary candidates, so that together we can take Ghana to the promised land. Thank you and good night to your cherished listeners.
A very good evening and massive thank you to Mr. Alhaji Alhassan Mbalba making a time for us this evening. And this is not going to be the end and final time of our meetings. In fact, we're going to have to bring MPP NDCs to the studios, even though they've squeezed, and I'll use my word, they squeezed and monopolized and, hijacked Ghanaian politics in a way that the smaller parties haven't got no chance even to forge ahead. We will come with MPP and NDC in the studios. Going forward to the elections, we know these two gangs wouldn't give away, but we are here to deal with them. A massive and good evening to you, everybody. We will do the same thing again on Thursday. Thank you. The man you heard is Mr. Alhaji Alhassan Mbalba, UK and Ireland NDC Chairman, and I'm Otene Kano. A massive good evening to everybody that listened, and in fact, you've made this a very successful show tonight. Brown Eyes said, a good job, massive show, Brakoba. Massive show. Brown Eyes is also interviewing. Brown Eyes is interviewing the Third World on this show on Wednesday 8 to 10. Tune in to Brown Eye Reggae Catalog. Aha, and Albertine Yafi. Yeah, that moon has seen it here. Within the Kwaku or Mahama Fa, according to and you know say Mahama Fa. Mahama Fa. 2020 when we go down. Mahama Fa. Aye, say Mahama Fa. Mahama Fa. Mahama Fa. 2020 when we go down. Yeah, we are about to watch your crowd. Mahama so for my hair, bra. Galam say ya dey living, and we been in Mexico with medical bra. But what you move, get it from friends, so I get tax. Whatever, what you move, or maybe Ghana when you say, I'm fine. Oh, you shoot me again. 2020, Mahama, and then we clear was off. I go for the buy and what I say about 4 years, but not to the end of the year. One street, 130. Scan about what your man and family. And penny about this 2020, but soon you think from about it, dear Mama. It's a Mama. About it, dear Mama. 2020, when you will be on precaution. Mama. It's a Mama. Anyway, Mama. Yeah,
children's in cold.
What's the intimate now? What's this cabbage? No, what's the sea low bed? Who be good? Tell you the two. Before the chintu bed is you be good. I'm buying a man is a 2020 Mama fa. C'est très fun. Kojo B. 2020 the Mahama. And then we clear cross offer. I go for the buy and we be share 4 years, but now so then we be here. One street, 130. Scan the buy and what your man and family. And penny buy and said 2020, but soon you think from Abane dear Mama fa. I say Mama fa. 2020 when you be on precaution. Mama fa. I say Mama fa. Mama fa. 2020 when you be on precaution. Galam say also be working now. Oba na okofa soldiers. What's the intimate now? What is this cavitas now? What's the sea low bed? Ubegunu, tell you be true. Before the chintu benches in the Yebehunu. A pay never ban said 2020, but when you came from Abanadi, Mama fa. I say Mama fa. 2020, when you down precaution, Mama fa. I say Mama fa. Mama fa. 2020, when you be on pre. When you ban what's your cry. Mama, some put my hair cry.
Galam say ya didi, and we've been in Yesica woman to try. Petru, Otrumu, get it transfer so at the tax. Whatever, Otrumu, or be Tigana when you say, Mama fa, I say Mama fa, Mama fa, 2020 when you be on pre-cost, Mama fa, I say Mama fa, Mama fa, 2020 when you be on pre 2020 the Mahameba. And then we clear cost offer. I go for the band over Beshebo 4 years, but now so then over Bayo. 1 district, 130. Scan the band over Chairman family. And Penny Ban said 2020, but so near Tim Crumb. I've an idea, Mama fa. I said Mama fa. Mama fa. 2020, when you will be cost, Mama fa. I said Mama fa. Mama fa. 2020, only will be on pre. Mama fa. 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 C'est très famille. Kojo B.